2004. A year that brought us Half-Life 2, Doom 3, and Halo 2. Among this pantheon of gaming greatness was a title that introduced players to a vibrant open world experience like no other. Far Cry. Developed by Crytek and published by Ubisoft, Far Cry was not just another first-person shooter. It was a trailblazer. It was a game that dared to combine the expansive beauty of the tropics with intense tactical gunfights. Today we're taking a deep dive into Far Cry, exploring what made it revolutionary, discussing its flaws, and examining why modern entries in the franchise fail to capture the magic of the original. So sit back, grab a drink, and let's journey back to where it all began. The story of Far Cry centers around Jack Carver, a grizzled ex-Special Forces operative turned charter boat captain. Jack's tranquil boat ride through the South Pacific takes a dark turn when his vessel is attacked and destroyed by mercenaries. Stranded on a mysterious island, Jack finds himself embroiled in a sinister plot involving a mad scientist, genetic experiments, and a private army. What starts as a mission of survival soon turns to battle to uncover the island's dark secrets. While the narrative is serviceable, it's not the main reason people fell in love with Far Cry. The true star of the show, the gameplay and the environment. At its core, Far Cry combined open-ended exploration with first-person shooting in ways that felt groundbreaking at the time. Let's break down its gameplay elements. Number one would be the open world freedom. Unlike the corridor shooters that dominated the early 2000s, Far Cry offered players an open world sandbox to explore. The islands were lush, vast, and teeming with opportunities to approach objectives from multiple angles. Do you go in guns blazing, or do you use the dense foliage to stealthily pick off enemies one by one? The choice was yours. The AI behaviour was one of the standout features. Enemies in Far Cry weren't mindless cannon fodder. They communicated, flanked, and used the environment to their advantage. This created tense firefights where you constantly had to adapt. The weapons and vehicles used in Far Cry were diverse, ranging from pistols to assault rifles to rocket launchers to sniper rifles. Vehicles added another layer of strategy, allowing players to zip across the island or engage in vehicular combat. The ability to seamlessly switch between on-foot action and vehicle-based chaos was exhilarating. And let's not forget the difficulty. Whether you loved it or hated it, Far Cry demanded precision and patience. Enemies could spot you from a mile away, and a few bad decisions could spell your doom. It was unforgiving, but it made victories all the more satisfying. One of the most talked about aspects of Far Cry was its visuals. Running on the Cry engine, the game's graphics were nothing short of stunning for 2004. The dense jungles, the shimmering water, and dynamic lighting created an immersive world that felt alive. The sound design complemented the visuals perfectly, from the rustle of the leaves as you crept through the underbush to the distant chatter of the mercenaries. Every sound added to its tension. And when the action kicked off, the explosions and gunfire packed a punch. No game is perfect, and Far Cry had its fair share of issues. The story and characters. While the gameplay was revolutionary, the story was generic, and the characters were forgettable. Jack Carver's one-liners felt more cringeworthy than cool. The villain, Dr. Kroger, lacked the charisma of later antagonists like Vaas and Pagan from Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4. The Trigons. The Trigons, what started as a tense survival shooter, took a sharp turn into science fiction, with introduction of these mutant creatures. Many players felt that the Trigons disrupted the pacing and tone of the game. Fighting intelligent mercenaries was thrilling, battling bullet sponge mutants not so much. The checkpoint system was another major gripe. Progressing through the game often felt punishing, as dying meant replaying long sections of grueling combat. This was especially frustrating in the later levels. So what makes Far Cry stand out compared to its modern counterparts? The innovation versus the formula. The original Far Cry felt fresh and daring. In contrast, modern entries, while polished, often rely on repetitive formula, clear outpost, gather resources, rinse and repeat. The sense of wonder and discovery has been replaced by predictable gameplay loops. Modern Far Cry games prioritize accessibility, often sacrificing the intense challenge that made the original so rewarding. While they're fun in their own right, they rarely push players out of their comfort zones. The world design. While newer games boast larger maps, they often feel bloated with unnecessary side content. The original's island, though smaller, was meticulously crafted, offering meaningful exploration without the filler. The tone and atmosphere. The gritty, survival-focused tone of the original has given way to over-the-top antics and humour. While this shift appeals to many, it's a far cry, pun intended, from the tension and realism of the 2004 classic. Far Cry paved the way for open world shooters, inspiring not only its own sequels, but also games like Crysis, Just Cause, and even The Witcher 3. It showed the industry that open world design could coexist with tight, tactical gameplay. While it's easy to criticise the direction the series has taken, there's no denying the impact of the original. It remains a testament to what happens when developers take risks. So is Far Cry worth visiting today? Absolutely. Definitely get it when it's on the Steam sale for a couple of dollars. Despite its flaws, it remains a thrilling, immersive experience that modern shooters rarely replicate. Whether you're a long-time fan of the series or a newcomer curious about its roots, the original Far Cry deserves a place in your library. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what your favourite Far Cry game is. Don't forget to like and to subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more deep dives into the gaming classics. Until next time, it's Rob.Games signing off. Bye bye.